Hi, this is Jesslyn, and we are going to talk about histograms because we're talking about different ways to represent data, graphic representation of data. So a histogram shows frequency, and frequency means how many times does something occur. So like if I saw 3 redheads, then their frequency of them occurring would be 3. And so frequency, so histogram, it kind of looks like a bar graph, but a histogram always shows frequency. So for example, let's say I have this word problem, and it says students in Mr. Ray's class recorded their fingerprint patterns. Which type of pattern do most students in Mr. Ray's class have? And then it lists some patterns. It lists whoop, whirl, loop, and it lists all these patterns. So I'm going to write them for you. Whirl, loop, arch, loop, whirl, loop, arch, whirl, arch, whirl, arch, loop. Okay, so I just wrote them. These are the different patterns in people's fingerprint patterns. So what we're going to do first before creating a histogram is we're going to create a frequency table. So our frequency table is going to have 2 columns. We're going to write down the pattern, and then we're going to write frequency. So the 3 patterns that I see are whirl, loop, and arch. And so now I'm going to just check for their frequency. So whirl, I'm going to count whirl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 whirls, so I'm going to write 5 right here. Then I'm going to count loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 6 loop. Okay, so 6 loop. And then I'm gonna do the arch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 arch, 2. So now I've made my frequency table, I can start to make my histogram. My histogram's gonna look like a bar graph, but the y-axis is always going to be frequency. So when I draw it, I will say frequency down there. And since my table only is 5 and 6, I'm just gonna go up by 1s because it only goes up to 6. If it went up to like 200, I might go up by 10s or 20s. But since it's not that bad, I'm just gonna go up by 1s. Okay, and then down here, is going to show pattern. So if you notice your frequency table and your histogram match, they both show pattern and frequency. Okay, but frequency is always going to be your y-axis there. So then I'm going to name my pattern. So whirl, loop, arch, and then I'm going to draw my bar graphs. So whirl is 5. So there we go. Loop is 6. And then arch is also 6. And see, then I have my histogram. So I have my whirl, and if you notice with the histogram, the bar graphs touch. They're showing frequency. Whirl goes up to 5. Loop and arch go up to 6. And that is how you draw a histogram. Thank you for watching.